All right, thank you. So Bret Talbot, I train in Aurora, Colorado with Sean Portela at Portela Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm also a law enforcement officer with Department of Homeland Security. I want to show you guys a technique that works extremely well for controlling somebody when you're still on your feet. You've asked them to turn around and that sixth sense goes off where you know this guy's getting ready to break bad. Either he's going to run or he's going to fight. And I need to very quickly get him in a position of control where he can do neither. So normally this happens when I've turned him around and things are starting to get real. He knows I'm probably going to be going to jail. So hands behind your back. So we call this an elbow stack. What I'm going to do, I have an inside arm and an outside arm. I want to take my outside arm and just sort of cup a C-digit grip outside of his elbow. My inside arm scoops underneath here, underneath his wrist, and then I'm stacking my hand right over the top of his elbow. And that's a critical point. I don't want to grab his shoulder because now that gives him power and the ability to turn this around on me. But my leverage point is going to come from being right on top of the elbow. I can do one of two things with my free hand now. I can either stack it over the top. I prefer getting an opposing grip underneath, right? And from here, once I have my two grips, I'm cinching it into my center line. I want that nice and tight. When you put a person in this position, you're going to take the fight right out of him. He feels an extreme amount of pressure in his shoulder, and he knows that if he starts resisting that he's going to end up hurting himself. What I really love about this position is that if he continues to fight, I can take him to the ground and start cuffing anytime I'm ready. And I can do it at my pace. I can do it fast and be mean, or I can slowly, giving him verbal commands, get on the floor, just start lowering my center of gravity. As long as I'm putting a slight pressure down on the elbow while slowly lifting my elbow up, he's going to comply. From here, you can turn around and start getting into your cuffing positions. So again, one more time, guys. Put your hands behind your back. We're starting to get that sixth sense. He's going to break bad. My outside hand is just cupping the elbow. Now I'm weaving my inside hand. Look, I'm really trying to get it around the wrist right there. So the wrist sits up in the crook of my elbow. My hand now goes right over the top. It's a monkey grip, all 5 fingers. You can either stack your hands or use the opposable grip on the elbow. Either one you do, make sure you're gluing it into your center line right here. This is a great position if I have somebody up against a car or a wall. He's going nowhere. Even standing in an open field position, he's going nowhere. Any sort of resistance that I feel from him, I circle around towards the back. I'm just going to continue to circle around towards the back while at the same time get on the floor, get on the floor, get on the floor. Apply that downward pressure on the elbow, upward pressure on the wrist. And now I can get into a position where I can either hold him here so that my partners can cuff or transition to wherever we need to be.